When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices. Plus, extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with points. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
If you're a facilities manager at a warehouse and your HVAC system goes down, it can turn up the heat, literally. But don't sweat it, Grainger has you covered. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products for all your operations, including warehouse HVAC maintenance. And even better, they offer access to experts and fast delivery, so you and your warehouse can both keep your cool. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Halloween Podcast. I am your host, Lyle Perez, and today we're heading into the heart of the Midwest for a look at the haunted history of Missouri. Known as the Show Me State, Missouri is home to some truly terrifying tales, from haunted mansions to mysterious roads that have long been the site of eerie encounters. Missouri has its fair share of ghost stories. And like we have been doing in the Haunted America series, we're going to cover 10 different haunted locations from this wonderful state. So grab your road snack and settle in, because it's time to dive into 10 of the most haunted locations in Missouri. First on our list is the infamous Lemp Mansion in St. Louis. Built in the 1860s, this grand mission was once the home of the wealthy Lemp family, who owned one of the largest breweries in the city at the time. However, the family's story is marred by tragedy. Over several decades, a series of suicides within the mansion's walls turned the Lemp family's legacy into one of sorrow and despair. It all started with the death of William Lemp Sr.'s son, Frederick, in 1901. Heartbroken, William Sr. took his own life just a few years later. Sadly, the tragedies didn't stop there. Other members of the Lemp family, including William Lemp Jr., his sister Elsa, and his brother Charles, all followed a similar fate, each taking their own life within the mansion. Today, the Lemp Mansion is known for its intense paranormal activity. Visitors and staff report seeing the apparitions of the Lemp family members wandering through the house, particularly near the area where they died. The Lavender Lady, believed to be Elsa Lemp, is often accompanied by the faint scent of lavender perfume. Objects move on their own, doors slam shut without reason, and the sound of faint sobbing can often be heard late at night. The Lemp Mansion now operates as a restaurant and inn, and ghost tours are available for those brave enough to explore this house of tragedy. Next, we visit the Missouri State Penitentiary, which operated for nearly 170 years, from 1836 to 2004. Dubbed the bloodiest 47 acres in America, this prison was the site of numerous executions, riots, and violent incidents. With such a bloody history, it's no surprise that the penitentiary is considered one of the most haunted places in Missouri. Among the most notorious areas of the prison is the gas chamber, where 40 inmates were executed. Many visitors claim to have felt a strange presence in the gas chamber, including sudden cold spots and the feeling of being watched. Some have even reported seeing the ghostly figures of inmates walking through the hallways, vanishing as they approach. Cell doors have been known to slam shut on their own, and many have heard the sound of distant screams echoing through the empty halls. Paranormal investigators have captured eerie EVPs with disembodied voices calling out from the darkness. Ghost tours are offered at the penitentiary, allowing visitors to explore death row, the gas chamber, and the haunted prison cells. In Springfield, we find the Pythian Castle, built in 1913 by the Knights of Pythian, a fraternal organization. Originally constructed as a home for elderly members and orphans, the castle has a long history tied to the U.S. military, serving as a rehab center during World War II, and later as a POW camp for captured Germans and Italian soldiers. Given its layered history, the Pythian Castle is known for its eerie atmosphere and paranormal activity. One of the most frequent reported sightings is that of a woman in white, believed to be a former nurse who cared for soldiers during the war. She's often seen wandering the castle's halls late at night, her ghostly figure disappearing as soon as someone tries to approach. There are also reports of shadowy figures in the basement, where POWs were once held. The sound of children's laughter can often be heard in the ballroom, even though no children are present. Many paranormal investigators have captured unsettling EVPs throughout the building, including strange voices and unexplained noises. The Pythian Castle is open to the public for historical and ghost tours, and it remains one of the most haunted spots in Missouri. Just outside of St. Louis, we find Zombie Road, one of the most infamous haunted roads in the state. Officially known as the Lawler Ford Road, this winding path through the woods earned its nickname due to the number of ghostly sightings reported by locals. Over the years, the area has been the site of numerous deaths, from railroad accidents to drownings in the nearby river, and the spirits of those who died are said to linger along the road. One of the most common reports is the apparition of a shadowy figure who walks along the road at dusk, disappearing into the woods when approached. Others have heard the sound of footsteps behind them, only to turn around and find no one there. The glowing orbs that float among the trees at night add to the eerie atmosphere, and many visitors report feeling an overwhelming sense of dread while walking the road. Although Zombie Road is closed to vehicle traffic, it's a popular destination for hikers and paranormal enthusiasts. But beware, those who visit at dusk often leave with an unsettling feeling that they're not alone. In Independence, Missouri, we find the Lemp Mansion, a beautiful yet eerie Second Empire-style home built in 1881 by Colonel Harvey Vail. While the mansion's architecture is stunning, it is overshadowed by the tragic death of Vail's wife Sophia, who died under mysterious circumstances. Some say her death was the result of an overdose, while others believe something more sinister may have occurred. Visitors and staff have reported seeing Sophia's ghost wandering the halls, particularly near the grand staircase. She's often described as wearing a black, mournful dress and appearing with a sad expression. Some guests have heard doors opening and closing on their own, while others have felt sudden drops in temperature when entering certain rooms. The mansion's rich history and haunting reputation make it a popular destination for ghost hunters and history buffs alike. Today, the Lemp Mansion is open to the public for tours, giving visitors a chance to experience both its beauty and its ghostly residents. Our next stop is the Elms Hotel and Spa in Excelsior Springs, a historic hotel known for both its luxurious amenities and its ghosts. The hotel has stood on these grounds since 1888, although the current building was constructed in 1912 after two devastating fires. The Elms has hosted its fair share of famous guests, including mobsters during Prohibition and even President Harry Truman, but some say the spirits of his past inhabitants never left. One of the most frequently encountered ghosts is that of a maid who perished in one of the early fires. She's often seen in the hallways, going about her duties as if nothing had changed, and guests have reported hearing her footsteps echoing through the corridors late at night. Another famous ghost is a man in a dark suit, frequently seen in the hotel's basement, which was once used as a speakeasy during Prohibition. Some believe he was involved in organized crime and met an unfortunate end at the hotel. The Elms Hotel and Spa is still open for business, offering luxurious spa treatments and accommodations. But for those interested in the paranormal, the hotel also offers ghost tours where you might encounter one of its many lingering spirits.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
Bombas makes the most comfortable socks, underwear, and T-shirts.
Warning, Bombas are so absurdly comfortable you may throw out all your other clothes.
Sorry, do we legally have to say that?
No, this is just how I talk, and I really love my Bombas.
They do feel that good. And they do good, too. One item purchased equals one item donated.
To feel good and do good, go to bombas.com/listen and use code LISTEN for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com/listen and use code LISTEN at checkout.
At your job, do you ever have to deal with a nose roller? How about a snub pulley? Well, if you're installing a new conveyor belt system, dealing with the different components can sound like you're speaking a foreign language. Luckily, you've got a team ready to help. Grainger's technical product specialists are fluent in maintenance, repair, and operations. So whenever you want to talk shop, just reach out. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Next, we travel back to St. Louis to visit Union Station, once the largest and busiest train station in the world. Built in 1894, this grand station saw millions of passengers pass through its doors, but it's also seen its share of tragedy. Over the years, Union Station has become known for its ghostly activity, with many of those spirits believed to be passengers who met untimely fates. One of the most famous ghosts spotted at Union Station is that of a woman in white, believed to be a passenger who died in a tragic accident. Witnesses report seeing her standing on the platform, waiting for a train that never comes. Her ghostly figure is often seen by late-night workers, and many have felt a sudden chill when passing through certain areas of the station. Other guests have reported hearing phantom train whistles, and shadowy figures have been spotted walking through the station's grand hall, disappearing as quickly as they appear. Although the station no longer serves as a major train hub, it has been repurposed into a hotel and entertainment complex, offering ghost tours for those eager to explore its haunted past. Next, we visit Jesse James Farm in Kearney, Missouri, where the infamous outlaw Jesse James was born in 1847. The farm remains a popular tourist destination today, but it's also known for its eerie encounters with the spirit of Jesse himself. The James family was known for their violence, and Jesse's spirit seems to be just as restless in death as he was in life. Visitors to the farm report hearing disembodied voices and footsteps when no one is around. Some have claimed to see Jesse's ghost standing near the barn, where he once stashed stolen goods. Others report feeling a cold, unwelcoming presence in the house, especially in the room where Jesse was born. Staff members have also witnessed objects moving on their own, and lights turning on and off without explanation. The Jesse James Farm is open to visitors for tours, where you can explore the infamous outlaw's home and perhaps encounter his ghost, still lurking in the shadows of his family's land. The Beatty Mansion, located in St. Joseph, was built in 1854 by Armstrong and Eliza Beatty. Armstrong Beatty was the mayor of St. Joseph, but after his sudden death in 1878, strange things began happening in the house. Eliza died just 2 years later, and it's believed that the spirits of both Beattys continue to reside in the mansion. The house was later used as a home for the elderly and mentally ill, which added even more layers of tragedy to its history. Visitors and staff frequently report hearing footsteps, voices, and seeing shadowy figures roaming the halls. One of the most commonly seen ghosts is that of a woman in a long dress, believed to be Eliza Beatty. The ghostly presence of Armstrong Beatty is also reported, often appearing near the front of the house, watching over his property. The Beatty Mansion is currently privately owned, but offers ghost tours and investigations for those interested in exploring its haunted past. Last but not least is the Screaming House in Union, Missouri, a location that lives up to its name. In the early 2000s, a family moved into this seemingly normal suburban home, only to be plagued by terrifying paranormal events. The house became known for the sounds of disembodied screams, violent poltergeist activity, and physical attacks on the residents. The most unsettling encounter involved the children in the home. They were often the targets of the entity. Ghosts would slam shut on their own, objects would fly across the room, and the children reported seeing shadowy figures lurking in the corners of their bedrooms. One terrifying incident involved the father being physically thrown across the room by an unseen force. The family eventually fled the house, leaving behind what many believe to be one of the most active haunted locations in Missouri. The Screaming House remains privately owned, but its chilling story continues to fascinate paranormal enthusiasts. While you can't visit the house, its reputation lives on as one of Missouri's most infamous hauntings. And there you have it, everybody. 10 haunted locations in the state of Missouri. We did it. We are officially halfway through our countdown. I ain't gonna lie, guys. I'm kind of burnt on doing these episodes, and I'm only halfway there. I still got another 25 to go. But don't worry, guys. I might be a little bit burnt out on them, but I will not let it stop me from doing the next 25. Because trust me, I've done a lot of the scripts already for those states, and we got some good ones coming. And I'm telling you, my studio is getting more haunted and haunted by the minute. It seems like every time I do one of these episodes down here, there's some weird noise that happens. It's starting to get really annoying. One thing you guys should know about me by now, I don't scare easily. Like, I really don't. Like, talking about these hauntings, hearing all of the noises, seeing, like, the shadowy things on the corner of my eyes, that doesn't really freak me out. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this numerous times on the podcast, so if you're a long-time listener, then you probably already know, but if you're a first-time listener here, one thing you should know about me is I don't scare easily from, like, ghost stories and that stuff, but what does scare me is coincidences. They freak me out to no end. Yeah, I don't know why, but coincidences, they just freak me out. I know you guys remember the show Beyond Belief. A lot of those stories freaked me out because they were, like, coincidence stories. They weren't necessarily ghost stories or anything like that. They were like strange coincidences. Yeah, I just can't do that. But yeah, if you're enjoying the Haunted America series, don't forget to leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts from. If you have any questions, comments, or want to suggest anything for a future show, send me an email, thehalloweenpodcast@gmail.com. And also, Haunted America is about halfway done now. I need some guests for future shows. So if you're interested in being on the Halloween podcast with me, then send me an email, thehalloweenpodcast@gmail.com. I'd love to talk to you. If you want to support the show, head on over to our website, thehalloweenpodcast.com. Check out our merch store. We got a lot of cool stickers up there, some postcards, some shirts, a lot of cool stuff. So get to buying. And speaking about the website, I'm working on a Haunted America kind of tour thing for the website where I'm putting more information about the haunted locations that we covered and all of that good stuff. But I'm months away from that. I tried to get it done before I started Haunted America, but honestly, that's a lot of work. Doing 50 shows, 50 days is a lot of work. I'm constantly down here in my basement recording shows. I'm at work editing shows, and I'm working on scripts, and I'm doing a lot of stuff. So honestly, I probably have like honestly 7 full days worth of just sitting working on Haunted America. So I've been working really hard on this, guys. But the website for the road trip type deal that I was talking about, I'm going to hopefully have that done in the next few months. And don't forget about that Facebook page, facebook.com/The Halloween Podcast. I've been getting a lot of new likes lately, and thank you guys so much. So feel free, interact with me. I'm there pretty much all the time. If I post something, send me some comments, give it a couple of likes, and interact with me. I'm just a guy that loves Halloween as much as you guys. So come back tomorrow as we continue Haunted America with a look at Montana. We're at Montana now. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.
If you're a facilities manager at a warehouse and your HVAC system goes down, it can turn up the heat, literally. But don't sweat it, Grainger has you covered. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products for all your operations, including warehouse HVAC maintenance. And even better, they offer access to experts and fast delivery, so you and your warehouse can both keep your cool. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.